thing. It's like it's almost like a magic bullet. It's almost like because like then there are people like that we knew at Mountainside.
Do you remember realizing when the beauty of when the obsession is lifted? Is so I didn't after I got sober with you. I was sober for about 2 years or so, and then I relapsed, and then I got sober the second time. I relapsed for a couple months, and I didn't experience the obsession this last time. This last story. I have 4 years now, but in the beginning of that 4 years, I didn't have the obsession. The time I met you, when I stopped, I had the obsession so bad that I've told you, intrusive thoughts about the blood registering on a needle, injecting cocaine to the point of sweating, like daily. In the beginning, the point of sweating, but then I still think about it. Sometimes I'd even play with it in my head. But I still remember the obsession lifting, and it was like 4 or 5 days had gone by, and I was like, holy shit. I haven't thought about getting high in like 5 days.
And then you kind of want to access the getting high thought. You kind of want to remember.
Is it still there?
Yeah. It's like, wait.
Fuck with it?
Well, I mean, you can still fuck with it now in a really weird way.
Yeah.
Even just like...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, what were you going to say? The needle in the neck?
No,
thing?
I just...
The Reddit thing?
No, I didn't want to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, please.
So I saw this drug and alcohol counselor. His name was Dave, and I saw him for years. Super hardcore guy. Really interesting fellow. Anyways, he'd done like 10 years in prison. Used to kind of be associated with the Hells Angels. Real bad addict. And it was like he was the only type of person I could listen to that first time I got clean. And I saw him for 2 hours twice a week after I got out of rehab for like 6 months, and I ended up seeing him for years, right? And he said he knew when it was like time, like when I'd gotten better, and since him, I still see a therapist every other week. And we do probably more in-depth sort of stuff. That's not what he was for. He was more just like a drug and alcohol counselor. But he said that he knew that I had gotten better because I stopped talking about drugs. He said it didn't even matter really what you were talking about. Do you know what I mean? But like he's like, our sessions would be 80% about drugs. Do you know what I mean? I just started to have other things to talk about. A little bit.
But that's what we always...
Whether it's good things or bad things about it doesn't matter, It's like... It started to be less the story of my life.